My Hero Academia has captured the hearts of fans worldwide with its intense battles, heartfelt character arcs, and a compelling look at a society built around superhuman powers. However, for all its successes, the main series has always been bound by certain expectations, grand stakes, a strong focus on heroism as defined by the system, and a narrative orbiting around the future of the world itself. My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, the manga spin-off written by Hideyuki Furuhashi and illustrated by Betancourt, breaks free of those limitations, and in doing so, it delivers something the main series never could: a deeply grounded, street-level story about what it actually means to be a hero. At its core, Vigilantes doesn't concern itself with all-might-sized battles or the fate of entire nations. Instead, it zeroes in on the small acts of heroism that the larger world often overlooks. The protagonist, Koichi Himawari, aka the Crawler, isn't aiming for the glory that Izuku Midoriya dreams of. He's not enrolled in UA High, nor is he hoping to become the next symbol of peace. He's just a young man with a simple quirk, using it to make his neighborhood a little safer. This focus on the everyday hero is something My Hero Academia hints at but can never fully explore without abandoning its primary narrative thrust. In the main series, heroes are almost celebrities. They're licensed, ranked, scrutinized, and constantly pushed toward greater heights. Even Midoriya's emotional journey is framed by his potential to reshape the entire world. Vigilantes, on the other hand, strips away the glamour and bureaucracy to ask a quieter but perhaps more profound question. What is heroism when no one's watching? Vigilance also thrives by operating in the shadows of the main series events. Rather than creating an entirely separate world, it deepens the existing one, fleshing out side characters like Eraserhead and Midnight, and offering insight into their earlier careers. The series gives these familiar faces more nuanced development than they sometimes receive in the main story. It also enriches the world building, showing the cracks in the pro-hero system, the places where the licensed heroes can't, or won't, reach. Perhaps most importantly, Vigilantes dares to show a version of heroism that's messy, unregulated, and illegal. Koichi and his allies aren't recognized by the system. They're often chased by the very heroes they're trying to emulate. This tension highlights a truth that's often glossed over in My Hero Academia. Systems, no matter how well-intentioned, have blind spots. True heroism sometimes means working outside of those systems, not for fame, not for status, but simply because it's the right thing to do. The storytelling tone of Vigilance also sets it apart. It's slower, more character-driven, and willing to spend entire chapters developing relationships, small conflicts, and personal stakes. There's a strong undercurrent of melancholy running through the series, a recognition that not every battle is grand, and not every hero gets a medal. Sometimes, doing good just means helping someone cross the street safely, protecting your friends, or making sure your neighborhood isn't swallowed by violence and neglect. By contrast, My Hero Academia is so focused on escalating threats that it occasionally loses the intimacy that makes heroism feel real. The League of Villains, All for One, the Paranormal Liberation Front. These threats are apocalyptic in scale, but Vigilantes reminds us that heroism begins on the ground level, often far from the spotlight. Ultimately, My Hero Academia, Vigilantes succeeds because it tells a different kind of superhero story, one that feels personal, authentic, and relatable. It proves that heroism isn't just about the biggest fights or the flashiest powers. Sometimes, being a hero is just about caring enough to make a difference, even if no one ever knows your name. In a world obsessed with legends, Vigilantes reminds us that the smallest acts of kindness can be the most heroic of all.